Today we're going to dig deeper into our target skill of story structure. Remember, structure is the way characters, a setting, and a plot are put together in a story. On this page it says, The Mysterious Tadpole is about a boy who gets an unusual pet. The characters, the setting, and the plot of the story make up the story structure. The beginning of a story usually tells the characters, setting, and what problem the characters have. The end of the story tells how the problem is solved. We can use a story map, such as the one we see below, to record our text evidence that will help us describe the story structure. I will use this story map to record my information about the setting, where and when, our characters, as well as our plot, problem, solution. I will start with the first 2 pages of our story to help me fill in my characters and setting. If we reread, we can find the pictures show me 2 of the story settings. If we look back to the beginning of our story, let's take a look back. We can already see our characters and our setting. The picture shows me the setting is at home as well as in the classroom. I can write that under setting. I also meet people who are the main characters. Lewis, Uncle McAllister, Mom, Dad, and Miss Shelbert. We also see Alphonse in here. So as of right now, we would have in our story map our characters and our setting filled in for our story. Now, we need to think about the important events that happen in our story. Lewis got a pet that he thinks is a tadpole, and Lewis takes that pet to school. The problem is that Alphonse grows too big. What's the solution? Yes, it's that Lewis builds a swimming pool for him. Now, in order to retell our story fully, we would also want to write down the main events that take place in the story that lead up to that solution. Now, remember, it's important that as we read, we ask ourselves questions about our story and the events that take place to help us fill in this story structure map. This also leads us to our next skill for today with digging deeper, and that's conclusions. Remember, conclusions are ideas that are arrived at after putting together pieces of information. Authors do not always tell readers everything they want them to know. Readers must ask and answer questions to draw conclusions about what the author does not say. Text evidence, such as clues in the words and pictures, can help you draw conclusions. For example, you might ask yourself where the story takes place. You can look at the pictures in the story to figure out when the author doesn't tell you stuff. So as we are reading today, I also want you to draw conclusions about what the author does not quite tell us. As you reread, I want you to think about your story structure and drawing conclusions. When you are finished rereading, you are going to write about your reading. Your response will be, in the beginning of The Mysterious Tadpole, the characters think that Alphonse is a tadpole. Think about how tadpoles grow into frogs. Then, write a paragraph with text evidence from the words and pictures in the story to prove that Alphonse is not a tadpole. Remember, friends, you're writing a paragraph. So I should see a topic sentence, details, and a concluding sentence.